My buddy Joe just walked in, and I'd love to introduce him to you and be able to talk about his business a little bit. And so Joe, introduce yourself.
Joe Sabo. We have West Michigan Auto Bodies, my primary business. We've been in business for I've been there 33 years doing auto body and collision repair, and we have a couple other items that are on the table here today that we've developed, and Renny has helped us get to that point in our career, if you will, or our venture in polishing pads, and it's been a pretty fun ride with you and your whole detailing group, and now I'm anxious to try some SONAX products in our auto body repair facility, cutting new paints down.
Well, it's unique that we got introduced with your DRC pads. How you guys developed this, and correct me if I'm wrong, is running an upscale auto body collision center, correct?
That's correct. We have an area that is on Lake Michigan. It's an affluent area. A lot of people buying some Audis and BMWs, and you see these cars that are often in our face, and we have to repair them. And when you deliver a car, when people are passionate about their vehicles, as you know, you have to make sure that it's perfect when it's out the door. You can't leave swirls, you can't leave unsanded panels. Things have to be texture matched when you're sanding things down. You have to make sure that Renny Doyle's happy when he picks his wife's car up for delivery. It's under a microscope, so to speak.
It is. And so with that, with your advancements and what you've had to do within your auto body, you saw a need to go out and go ahead and develop a little bit of product of your own.
Well, we cut and polish every car that's in our shop. Every car that goes through the paint booth gets cut and polished. We start at 1,500, we go to 2,000, we'll hit it with a 3,000 grit on a TA wet. We end up coming back with a wool pad, and then we hit it with a DRC. But what we were seeing before we developed DRCs with a flat face pad was the centers would get saturated with compounds, and we found that it hazed over the panel often, and we couldn't see the true condition of the surface. So we conically cut out the center. Took centrifugal force would then push compounds out to the outer edges, which we call the working area of the pad, which breaks down compounds, which then allows you to be more efficient, see a panel quicker, and possibly save some time, save some compounds, which everybody knows you have to purchase those things to get a product done in time, and less materials is more money in your pocket. So it's become a pretty nice product for us to use in our facility, and it's now edging its way out into the industry, and we're very pleased to be here talking to you guys about our buffing pads and our auto body repair facility.
Well, and I'll tell you, went into the Pro version, a little smaller edition a couple years ago.
We did. Went down to 6-inch. We ended up with a full-faced back on the Velcro to make it about 5 1/4 inches on the Velcro on the top, and about 6 1/4 inches at top surface, but we round the outer edges, and that puts us at about 6 inches, which is, from what I understand, is the optimal size for you guys to cut and polish with a Flex or a Roops or something like that, correct?
Correct. So now you've taken it, gone in with Flex has got a new machine. Matter of fact, if you want to grab that real quick. And your company's actually tied in with Flex, and you've made this a new 1, 2, and 3-inch foam pad that's being used with the SONAX products and the Flex machine.
We have. Now, this was with help from you guys, you're right. I mean, we were instrumental in talking about what we needed to do in the future.
Well, you had a baseline, and we just changed it up just a tad.
Yeah, and this future is now here, but it was almost 2 years ago that we had talked about 1, 2, and 3-inch pads, and we've seen 3-inch pads for headlight restoration for a lot of years.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen 1 and 2-inch pads very often. And now I'm watching and listening to people in the Flex world and this here going, this is really going to save me time in the jams around emblems, around small areas in a bumper, and it's just going to be a wonderful opportunity for us to help detailers get there faster and better with a much higher end product, out the door.
Well, you're an entrepreneur. You own a body shop. You manufacture pads. But even all the way, I had Mr. Hoffman, the president of SONAX. I had the opportunity to interview him this morning. And when it comes down to it, we're entrepreneurs. And when you take and allow the detailer to be more productive, it allows them to be more profitable.
Well, yeah, profit's the name of the game, right? I mean, we got to make money. We don't do this pro bono.
It ain't practice, buddy.
It's not practice.
With this lack of hair underneath here and the gray coming in, I don't need to practice anymore.
Well, you and your group have taught me a ton. Even today, we'll go back and we'll use these in our shop. We'll use our DRCs in our shop. We'll still use wool in our shop. But now with a entry of SONAX in the United States, I think we're going to end up with another product that's going to get us out the door quicker. This is going to help us get into smaller areas. The DRC will help you save products and that kind of type of thing. But this whole venture that we've gone into has really flourished with you behind some of the definitions of what we're going to do, and with these guys that you have in the Detail Mafia have been instrumental in what we need to do.
You're going to swell my head, and you're going to definitely swell theirs.
Dude,
You're going to watch that.
They need it because I've been welcomed like family, and I appreciate it. And even sitting in the SONAX booth, these guys come up to me and they offer a handshake, and they offer me direction, and they offer me friendship, and I feel like it's a blessing for me to be here, and I'm very pleased that I'm allowed to show these things off.
Well, SONAX, I can speak on their behalf, is they really believe in taking and lifting the entire industry up. And to have some would see, they manufacture pads too, but they see when innovation's done, they see that it's raising all of us up to a new level. It allows us all to succeed. So, as always, it's a pleasure, buddy. I'm glad you could come in.
My pleasure, Renny Doyle. I appreciate it and everything you've done. Have a great show, and you do a great job here.
Thank you. Thanks, Joe. Take care of yourself.
I will.